From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Wednesday morning. We have made it to the middle of the work week. We're going to continue to have gorgeous weather through Sunday. We'll warm the temperatures up, but things get a little bit more dicey as we head into the weekend. We have a round of winds. The vegetation is going to be critically dry, so an alert day will be possible. And our pattern overall is going to flip for Memorial Day and beyond. We're trending cooler, and we will reintroduce some small rain chances into the equation. Okay, current wind gusts out there. It is a little bit breezy in the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, that is not a factor. Temperatures in the 40s and 50s. 50 for the Tri-Cities, 45 in Yakima, 49 in Ellensburg. So you'll just need to bundle up with a very light jacket this morning. Speaking of, here's your coat cast for this Wednesday for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff through 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I'm thinking by 10 a.m. it's probably going to be t-shirt weather, and then we'll hold on to that all throughout the day. Another gorgeous day, closer to 80 degrees today in the Tri-Cities, but pretty much wire-to-wire sunshine. We'll have more of that through Sunday, but the pattern flipping after that, which I'll talk about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, from coast to coast, severe weather is creating chaos for millions of Americans. We'll show you where the danger zones are right now.
And the first results are in for Oregon's primary election. We'll take you where to find the latest results. At least one local race is only separated by 7 votes.
And our area has a new world champion, and he's still in high school. Meet the young martial artist making our region proud.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Wednesday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. Your time is 5:01. I'm Wendy Redmond.
And I'm Caleb Stipkovitz. We start with fire officials urging people to use extra caution as fire danger rises across the region. Benton, Franklin, and Walla Walla and Lower Yakima counties are now in the moderate fire danger category. And in the upper Yakima Valley and Kittitas County, fire danger has reached high. Officials say that common activities like metal grinding, dragging chains, and target shooting can spark fires. And while many fires start small, wind, dry brush, and steep terrain can cause them to spread quickly.
Police arrested 2 children after they say the kids tried to rob a Kennewick boy of his shoes. Here's what we know. It happened in the 1100 block of West 10th Avenue. Officers with KPD say they got to the scene and the 11-year-old boy had told them 2 other kids had a gun and demanded he give them his shoes. Investigators learned who the suspects were and arrested them yesterday afternoon. The robbery is still under investigation.
Yakima police could soon get a boost in federal funding. The Yakima City Council is considering a resolution that allows the police department to apply for a 2025 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Assistance Grant. If awarded, the money would help cover overtime costs for extra police patrols in high crime areas and during large community events. City leaders say that the funding supports their goal of keeping Yakima safe.
The sheriff of Walla Walla County says he will retire at the end of the year. Sheriff Mark Kreider says he'll step down when his current term ends in December. Kreider has served as the county's elected sheriff for the past 8 years now. He says the decision followed health challenges, including open heart surgery in 2023, the death of his father, and becoming eligible for Medicare this year. The next Walla Walla County sheriff will be elected in November.
A longtime Richland restaurant and live music venue needs to raise $100,000 or risk shutting down for good. The Emerald of Siam has launched a GoFundMe campaign to replace its aging kitchen hood system to meet current day city and fire codes. Because building requirements have changed, the project will also include moving gas lines, electrical equipment, and fire suppression systems. The family says that the total cost, including a temporary shutdown during construction, could threaten the future of the 43-year-old business.
I always like to tell people that there's something for everybody, and anyone that walks in through the door can find something that fits their niche. Whether you're a fan of jazz music or metal music or karaoke nights, we offer so many things for so many people, as well as amazing Thai food. So this is round 43, and we want to stay here for another 43 years at least.
The Emerald of Siam opened in 1983 at the Tri-Cities' first Thai restaurant and has also served as a popular live music venue for more than a decade.
A new business incubator is now open in Umatilla, aimed at helping local entrepreneurs get their start downtown. The Umatilla Business Center opened along 6th Street and Highway 730. There was a community ribbon cutting that drew hundreds of people. City leaders say the space offers reduced rate rent and support services for small and home-based businesses looking to grow into storefront operations.
But here with our business incubator program, it actually provides that tangible help and assistance with seasoned professionals in business to help these businesses grow.
City officials say all 3 incubator spaces have already been filled with new businesses, including a bakery, clothing store, and tax services. A 14-year-old boy from Milton Freewater currently holds a Karate World Championship.
That's right, and Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable shows you the skills that a gold medalist can possess.
At 4 years old, Camden Sager wanted to be a Ninja Turtle. When that didn't work out, he went to karate instead. 10 years later, it's safe to say that was a good choice. He has competed around the world, and in 2025, he competed in his 3rd straight Karate World Championship. Sager medaled in 4 different categories and received a gold medal in Kumite, which is sparring against an opponent.
It felt super good because knowing that I worked so hard to get there, and then earning that spot was like, it felt like I did what I needed to do. And having my parents beside me and having my sensei call me afterwards, it felt really nice.
Living in Milton Freewater, Sager trains at the Karate Center of Walla Walla. His sensei explained the keys to Sager's success.
Well, he's dedicated since he's 4 years old, and his mom's dedicated, and his father. So the dedication first off, never quitting attitude. You got to have a never quit attitude to get that good. And then you have to have some God-given athleticism.
His mother is a sensei at the Karate Center as well. For the family, karate is not just a competition, it's a lifestyle.
He has worked really, really, really hard, and it was true, he did ask to be a Ninja Turtle, but he has progressed way beyond I even thought.
And Camden has his eyes on continuing his success.
My big goal for this year is to keep that title.
And Sager will have a chance to do just that in Romania this July. In Walla Walla, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
All right, thanks, Jake. Well, the 2025 competition took place in Sweden, and Sager was one of the members of Team USA.
More than 1,600 athletes competed from 29 countries. Man, I love that he wanted to be a Ninja Turtle, and now look at him now.
There you go, manifest in real life.
There it is. Your time is 5:08. Still to come, evacuations are underway and severe weather warnings in effect from California to the Northeast. The developing situation when we return, and Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth coming back with a check on weather. Here's a live look out to Kennewick this morning. Are we staying dry, or are there any rain chances on the way? He's going to detail that out when we return.
Get ready, Walla Walla. The sweetest season is here. Join us at the ballpark for opening day, June 2nd, as the Walla Walla Sweets hit the field. We're bringing the fun with post-game fireworks, and 1,000 fans will receive a Sweet Stadium clear backpack. Gates open at 6, so mark your calendar, because this season the Sweets are bringing the thrill of baseball back to Walla Walla. Check our website for ticket packages and get your tickets now. Be part of the Walla Walla Sweets experience this season. Let's play ball.
Summer's here. Who's ready for camp in a new Toyota? Nice flash! The scavenger hunt starts now! The call was coming from inside the Tacoma!
Right now, lease a new 2026 Tacoma for just $299 a month. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
The secret to success is always something like, hang in there, embrace the hustle.
No pain, no game.
But at Denver Mattress, we believe the best way to get ahead is to start ahead with a great night's sleep on a Purple mattress. Soft and firm in all the right places, the GelFlex Grid keeps you cool all night long. And right now, save up to $1,900 on select mattress and base bundles, or check out the Consumer Reports recommended Doctor's Choice Plush. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect purple.
Slow down, look around, feel at home. Kittitas County invites you to experience the heart of small town life. From sunrise coffee stops and welcoming Main Street stays to scenic trails, family-owned restaurants, local wineries, hometown breweries, handcrafted shops, and more. Plan your small town getaway with the Love Local Passport, a curated guide to the best of Kittitas County. Download the Passport, plan your stay for a true small town escape at centralwashingtonoutdoor.com.
If you know this feeling, you should know the facts. The eczema medication you're taking may not be right for you. Visit myrawtruth.com and talk to your dermatologist about your symptoms and treatment options.
Let's go, ball in.
Live with Kelly and Mark today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It will be dry with temperatures going up through Sunday, and that is because of an area of high pressure that will obviously keep us dry and warm. So let's go ahead and talk about that day planner forecast for this Wednesday for the Yakima Valley. Going to be around 70 by lunchtime, and then pretty close to 75 degrees, if not a little bit warmer than that for the warmest part of the day. So for today in general, lower elevation is going to end up in the 70s. Look, maybe we could eke out an 80-degree high for the Hanford site, for the Tri-Cities or Sunnyside, but I'm thinking most of us will be in the 70s, low 70s in the Kittitas Valley and for the Blue Foothills. We'll trend warmer through Sunday. If we're technically splitting hairs here, it looks like Saturday is going to be the warmest day, but 84, 85, what's the difference at that point? We're going to be 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, but then dropping things pretty substantially by Memorial Day because of a storm system that's going to pass. That'll bring us a myriad of concerns. We'll get to that when we get to it. First, I wanted to talk about the UV index we're going to have over the next handful of days, specifically for today. On a scale from 1 to 11, it's going to be a 7. That means high exposure. Your skin could burn within 15 to 25 minutes. So be sure that you're putting on the SPF. Make sure it's at least SPF 30 and that you're reapplying at least every 2 hours. Something else I wanted to talk about very quickly, pollen counts still in that medium high category. Over the next 4 to 5 days, the top allergens continue to be birch, mulberry, and elm, but this should be helped out by some rain chances as we head into next week. Fingers crossed those can go up because we certainly need them. Alert days possible for Sunday and Monday. For fire concerns, we'll talk a lot more about that coming up in a few minutes.
All right, well, thank you, Josh. Crews continue to battle a fast-moving, wind-driven brush fire northwest of Los Angeles. The Sandy Fire in Simi Valley, California has burned more than 1,600 acres, and at last checked, it is only 5% contained. Overnight crews did make progress thanks to more favorable and cooler weather, and more than 700 firefighters are battling the blaze, which was sparked when a tractor hit a rock on Monday. The 17,000 people in the area are under mandatory evacuation orders. And from coast to coast, Americans in different parts of the country are dealing with different kinds of extreme weather. Extreme heat in the Northeast, storm fallout in the central U.S., and wind-driven wildfires in the West. Reed Binion reports.
It was surreal, to be honest. I've never had it so close to home.
Evacuation orders and warnings continued Tuesday as the Sandy Fire torched parts of Southern California for a second day. The blaze burning in Simi Valley, northwest of Los Angeles, started as a fast-moving brush fire Monday. According to CAL FIRE, it had grown to roughly 1,700 acres as of Tuesday night and was just 5% contained. Among the other blazes scorching Southern California, the Verona Fire in Riverside County, which officials said had burned more than 400 acres by Tuesday night, with a firefighter suffering suffering minor injuries. There's also the Bain Fire in Riverside County. CAL FIRE said it stood at more than 1,300 acres as of late Tuesday. Another fire in San Diego County charred 1,000 acres. The flames in California coming as other parts of the country are still reeling from severe weather. Residents in parts of the central U.S. recovering from days of violent storms, including dozens of reported tornadoes.
Right now, it's just a community effort coming together.
People come together when needed.
Parts of the Northeast dealing with extreme heat.
We say anything's better than snow, but this is a bit ridiculous.
It's technically still spring, but in Massachusetts, summer jumped the gun with a wave of early season heat that prompted warnings in and around Boston. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Despite the tornadoes being reported and property being destroyed, so far there are no reports of deaths. All right, coming up, sunshine and warmth continue, but big changes are heading our way for the holiday. Josh has your complete weather forecast ahead. We'll be back with more Good Morning Northwest after this.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built with grit, guts, and traction to back it up. That's the power of a Nissan. Now's the time to drive. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get up to $4,750 total savings on Frontier, or well-qualified buyers get 0% APR on select model trims.
Your time is a luxury. Let your lawn reflect it. Perfection Lawn Care is your private grounds team obsessed with detail. Crisp lines, lush turf, and preventive care that stays ahead of every weed and worry. We take on the heavy work and the fine details, season after season, so you don't have to. Choose a tailored package, come home to perfection, and never lift a finger. Perfection Lawn Care. Elevate your curb appeal. We'll take it from here.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through July 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
The unbelievable summer sticker sales event is going on now at Overturf Kia in Pasco. Save an additional $750 from now until June 1st when you purchase a select new 2026 Sportage, Sportage Hybrid, Sorento Hybrid, as well as Carnival and Carnival Hybrid models. Overturf Kia, just south of Highway I-182 at the Road 100 Broadmoor Boulevard exit on St. Thomas Drive in Pasco.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have alert days possible for Sunday and Memorial Day as vegetation is going to be critically dry out there. The wind gusts only between 20 to 35 miles per hour, but again, the vegetation will be critically dry. Okay, so let's take this one day at a time. Sunday, you see the gusts across the map, upwards of 20 to 30 miles per hour, but whenever those gusts start to get up around 30 miles per hour in the lower Columbia Basin, and when you combine that with critically dry vegetation, which is clocking in at a level 4 out of 5 on our scale, yeah, fires could start or spread quickly. Okay, Monday's a little bit more nuanced. The wind gusts a little bit stronger this time, gusts between, I'd say, 30 to 40 miles per hour across the map. Now, vegetation at this point still coming in at a level 4 out of 5, critically dry, but there are some rain chances in the forecast for Memorial Day that might save us. So that's why we're just going with alert days possible for now. We need to see more data to make definitive call. But in the run-up to Sunday, or excuse me, in the run-up to Memorial Day, we're going to have this area of high pressure dominating our area. That's why rain chances are going to be kaput up until Memorial Day. Just a 20% chance of rainfall in the Tri-Cities for the holiday itself. Definitely does not look like it's going to be a washout, but it would be an excellent day to have that Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app on hand. You can track all the shower and thunderstorm chances yourself with that interactive radar feature when they're actually on the map. And then in the lead up to that, you can see day by day and hour by hour precip chances as well. Doesn't look like this rainfall is going to total up to that much at all, but it might be just enough to tamp down fire concerns. So certainly fingers crossed when it comes to that. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about the 7-day forecast. First, for the Tri-Cities, dry, sunny, and warming up through Sunday. Then in Yakima, highs in the mid-80s by the weekend, then dropping into the low 70s by Memorial Day and Tuesday. In Ellensburg, winds picking up Saturday through Monday, watching the fire potential especially close for Sunday and Memorial Day. And then for Hermiston, dry and warming through Sunday, then a cooler pattern starting for the holiday. And finally for Walla Walla, a lovely stretch of weather. I'd say this is like classic late spring, early summer weather, but a little bit more unsettled starting on Monday.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, normally I'm hoping for beautiful clear skies for the holidays, but this one, it actually wouldn't be a bad thing to get a little rain, huh?
I was thinking about that. We're definitely going to need it, yeah. That's the only time I'll ever say that on a Memorial Day.
Yeah, I mean, I obviously with the dry vegetation, with the winds, I think the rain would be a nice counterbalance to that. But why does it always fall on a holiday? Why does that always happen? Or a weekend or a Wednesday? Never on a Tuesday.
On
a Wednesday.
It's law on a Wednesday. Well, you do like to have your wild weather Wednesdays, as you call them.
Big weather Wednesdays.
Or big weather Wednesdays. I like wild.
Get it right.
We got to get the alliteration in there. All right, 5:21 is your time right now. Still ahead, a beloved Mel Brooks comedy is getting the reboot treatment with a major star attached.
And a big birthday for a music icon. We'll be back to talk entertainment next.
Just how massive is the massive 4-day sale at Denver Mattress? Well, for starters, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Save up to $500 on our entire Factory Direct Denver Mattress collection. Check out the Buena Vista Queen for only $499.99, or get up to $1,000 off select Tempur-Pedic Split King sleep systems and get a $300 gift. Plus 60 months, no interest, no down payment, and free shipping. But hurry, the massive 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
At Fred's Appliance, we're your local, veteran-founded, and family-owned appliance expert since 1962. Thinking of upgrading your kitchen? Don't miss your opportunity this Memorial Day with our truckload closeout savings. Save over 50% on this closeout KitchenAid dishwasher. Discover the quiet and powerful cleaning of KitchenAid without the noise. Get yours while supplies last. At Fred's, we still have the largest selection of in-stock Get It Today inventory in the region. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Even on an antidepressant, there are days I feel stuck in my head. Depression symptoms, like lack of interest and negative thoughts, can hold me back. I wanted to break through. I asked about Vraylar. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant significantly reduces overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone.
Not for elderly with dementia-related psychosis due to increased risk of death or stroke. Report changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts to your doctor. Antidepressants may increase these in those under 25. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may not go away. High blood sugar may lead to coma or death. Weight gain and high cholesterol may occur. Difficulty moving, uncontrolled movements, tremors, feeling like you need to move, nausea, constipation, insomnia, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are common. Side effects may not appear for weeks.
Vraylar, breaking through to relief. Ask about Vraylar.
Legendary Roy Jones Jr. presents Night of Champions June 12th at Legends Casino. La Diva is back. Watch Marisela Cornejo step onto the ring to settle the score with Natasha Nightmare Spence. Heavy hits and championship gold on the line in a showdown you have to see to believe. And don't miss local talent featuring hometown fighters Andres Reyes, Carlos Villanueva, and more. Get to Legends Casino Hotel on June 12th for a night of nonstop action. Tickets available at Legends Casino Gift Shop and Ticketmaster.com.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust.
Welcome back, everybody. Michael Jackson's Billie Jean is back at #1 more than 4 decades after the song was actually released.
Yeah, that's right. The classic hit tops Billboard's Global 200 chart this week, fueled in part by renewed interest from the new Michael Jackson biopic. The song climbed from number 65 just 3 weeks ago and now leads the chart after more than 51 million global streams in a single week.
Billie Jean is, and that's how you pronounce it, by the way, also sets a new record for the longest climb to #1 on the Global 200 chart, reaching the top in its 144th week on the list.
All right, I'll do it. Billie Jean
Yes.
he was trying to get me to do this during the commercial break and I chickened out. Was originally released on Jackson's Thriller album in late 1982. It dominated the U.S. Billboard Hot 100 for 7 weeks. I have to say, 1982 was a great year, the year of my birth. And I didn't know that Billie Jean was also the same year, so now we know.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I was looking for that. I
You're
was
welcome.
hoping that somebody would congratulate me on that this morning. So,
Of course.
Anyway, a cell phone number brings an unlikely pair together.
And a musical legend hits a birthday milestone.
Yeah, here's Rick DiMaggio with the Hollywood Minute.
I have this fantasy that someone's gonna come and sit down next to me. Like I'm Meg Ryan. We lock eyes. Then it happens.
An unexpected romance. Zoe Deutsch meets the man who takes over her sister's phone number after she passes away in Voicemails for Isabel. Nick Robinson plays the unlikely suitor in the upcoming rom-com, which lands on Netflix on June 19th. Mel Brooks' Young Frankenstein gets a new life. FX has reportedly picked up a new comedy based on the 1974 film. Zach Galifianakis stars in the reimagining, which plans to be a completely original take on the Gene Wilder classic.
You know what, dude? I'm going to be here when you're no longer working.
Cher turns 80. The legendary singer celebrates the milestone birthday May 20th. Cher first hit it big in Hollywood over 5 decades ago and is still going strong, most recently releasing a Christmas album and best-selling memoir. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
What? No way. I don't buy that she is 80.
I was
Cher is
thinking that
turning
exact
80?
same thing. I was like, there is no way.
80 has a new look these days. Holy smokes.
Yeah, I know it's rude to guess, so I'm not going to say the age I was thinking, but it was much lower than 80.
We always have to tread lightly, right, on guessing ages. But all right, well, your time is 5:26. Still ahead, Oregon's primary election is heating up with a crowded governor's race and key local contests. The first results next.
And local students are turning Tri-Cities buses into rolling art galleries. See how young artists are celebrating their heroes on wheels. But first, this morning's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, the Trump administration is suing Minnesota after it became the first state to ban prediction markets. The law makes it a felony to host or advertise prediction markets, which take bets on a range of future events. The government says the industry should be regulated only by federal officials. Next, Google unveiling Gemini Spark, its new AI-powered personal assistant, which can take action on its own. The company says its biggest selling point is its integration with Google's other products, including Gmail and Google Docs. It's expected to be available next week. And Spotify is launching verification badges for podcasts. It says the badges will help listeners identify real podcasts and those that are AI-generated. Spotify will also remove podcasts that impersonate another creator without consent. Those are your Tech Bites.
At Drive Time, we make it easy to get the car you want.
I need a pretty low monthly payment.
Well, just go to drivetime.com, get approved, and you can personalize your real terms on any car.
So I can seriously customize my own down and monthly payments?
100%.
So if I like one car, but I love this other car, I can change the payments so I can get the low monthly on the one that I really want?
Yeah, get the deal that works for you on the car that works for you.
I'm sorry. You and me, we're going places.
This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
You know your carpets are crawling with millions of dust mites.
Ew.
Don't worry, baby. I'll show no mercy.
Call 1-800-STEAMER.
How do we stop it?
We need someone who can code in COBOL.
What's COBOL?
This is the time for sponsored jobs.
Indeed can help you get it right the first time. Sponsor your job on Indeed and get matched with quality candidates. Visit Indeed.com/hire now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning and happy Wednesday to you. Thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redmond.
And I'm Caleb Stipkovitz.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Well, so let's start off this half hour right away with our weather.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreath standing by with more on the very latest conditions out there. What would you rank it at this morning as people step outside?
For this morning, or
Yeah.
like what we're expecting for later in the day?
Well, what are you thinking this morning?
I'm going to say a 7 out of 10. What is
7
it?
out of 10.
53 degrees this morning in the Tri-Cities. At least that's what our bug says. So, yeah, pretty mild stuff. Later today, since it's going to be sunny and 78, I'm going to go with a 10 out of 10. I don't do that very often, but just for you, Wendy and Caleb. Okay, so for today through Sunday, continue to keep the forecast dry, warming things up. We'll be in the mid-80s by this weekend. But then storm system for this weekend, it's going to pick up winds. And then into Memorial Day, it's going to pick up rain chances. So there is a fire concern, but maybe some of that could be counteracted by some of the rain chances. Okay, it is a little bit breezy this morning in the Kittitas Valley. Elsewhere, winds not that big of a factor. And yes, it is mild out there with 40s and 50s for lower elevations. So you would just need a very light jacket as you're walking out the front door. Speaking of your coat cast for this Wednesday for the Yakima Valley, light jacket weather through 10 a.m. After that, it's going to be all t-shirt weather, as will be around 75 in Yakima, a little bit closer to 80 in the Tri-Cities, but lots of sunshine for our lower elevations for today, and trending warmer as we head into Memorial Day week. And I'll tell you precisely just how warm coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. As Oregon voters turn in their ballots for Tuesday's primary, Eastern Oregon voters are weighing in on a crowded governor's race.
Hello, Oregon. Governor Kochek here.
Vote for me for governor of Oregon.
That's Christine Drazen.
The top of the ballot features Governor Tina Kotek seeking re-election and a competitive Republican primary led by Christine Drazen, Chris Dudley, and Danielle Bethel. The race is drawing strong interest in conservative Eastern Washington, where Republican candidates often perform well. There are also several important local contests that could shape leadership in Umatilla and Morrow counties.
Yeah, and one of the biggest local contests is in Oregon House District 57, which includes all of Morrow County and parts of Umatilla County. Longtime Republican lawmaker Greg Smith is facing former Morrow County Commissioner Jim Doherty in a closely watched primary. Let's take a look at those first results. So the current results show that Smith over Doherty with 59% of the vote. Doherty currently has 41% with 921 votes.
Statewide Measure 120 asks voters whether to approve transportation-related tax and fee increases, including a higher gas tax and vehicle registration fees. So in Umatilla County, the Echo Rural Fire Protection District is seeking funding for operations as well. And in the Athena Weston School District, voters are considering a nearly $5 million bond for a new career and technical education center. Let's go ahead and take a look at those results for you. Statewide Measure 120, voters are saying here no at 82% of the vote right now. For the Echo Rural Fire Protection Measure, voters say yes with 63% of the vote so far. And this is a tight one right now for the Athena Weston School District, with the no vote sitting at 50.5% and the yes vote at 49.5%. That's a separation of just 8 votes. So when they say your vote counts and matters, you see it here in action. If you'd like to see a full list of results in the Oregon primary, just head on over to applevalleynewsnow.com.
The Pasco City Council is adding 2 more code enforcement officers to help tackle a growing backlog of cases. Council members approved funding for the 2 new positions. City leaders say that the additional officers will help address outstanding complaints and take a more proactive approach to unpermitted food vendors. The council also backed a letter to the Franklin County Commissioners, urging them to release sales tax dollars collected in Pasco. City officials say that the funding is needed for Pasco to participate in the Columbia Valley Center for Recovery.
I find it troubling that
the city of Pasco, 80% of us have been putting money away for a couple years now for this recovery center, and now perhaps our residents and people who need it will not be able to use it.
I would like to know, the county commissioner reasons, justifications for, the way this has gone.
It's our residents, so we want to make sure that we're doing the best by them in their best interest.
Pasco City Councilman Leo Perales says that he is waiting to hear back from the commissioners about Monday night's discussion.
A group of students may have created the most stylish ride in the Tri-Cities, with Ben Franklin Transit introducing its newest student art bus.
Yeah, that's right. And I got a chance to talk with some of the winners of this year's annual competition. Let's check it out.
Our goal with this contest is always to represent the Tri-Cities well, especially the youth of the Tri-Cities. I think the youth of the Tri-Cities are showing that we have a really bright future ahead of us.
Every year, Ben Franklin Transit runs a student art competition, and the winners get to have their artwork featured on the bus behind me. But this year's competition is special because there's not just one bus, but two.
The outside of the vehicles, we're going to have 3 on each side, so that's going to be 12 total on the vehicles, and then inside the fixed route coach, that's the big bus, there's our top 10 winners.
Basically, I wanted it to be a piece showing like me and my mom, because the theme was like, who's your hero? And heroes lift people up, and I'm like, guys, my mom is the first person to ever lift me up, so that's why she's doing that. And then I put a cape to show that, like, she's my hero.
I had different people that I kind of would notice around Tri-Cities, and so I have like people that worked in the field, firefighters, there's a policeman, there's construction, there's friends and family and that kind of thing, some doctors and bus drivers.
I got this idea from where I live, like there's this mural. I was like, I can just take the transit logo and make it as a mural and right there fill up the blank.
So there is both a traditional and a digital category. So it really comes down to personal preference for the students, what they feel more comfortable doing.
I use markers, alcohol markers, and it was my first time using them, so I think it turned out pretty well for the first time, and I really love this piece.
I work best in acrylic, so I did acrylic paint for this one.
The artwork is going to stay on the buses for a calendar year before being replaced by next year's winners.
Wait, how'd you do that? The magic of television, right?
I teleported. Yeah, my hair is different too, so.
Oh my goodness.
But no, it was super awesome just seeing all those kids, like all the different art they had. I'm glad that they expanded to 2 buses this year, because I mean, there is so much great stuff. I'm sure there was even more that they had to leave out. But.
Yeah, I love you telling the story of the kids' thought process behind the artwork, because we're all obviously going to see the artwork driving around town, right? So now we know that, when we see the mother with the cape, for example,
for sure,
that one really touched my heart. I mean, they all touched my heart, but like now we know the backstory that student considers her mom her hero.
Yeah, no, that was so sweet. I was hearing that and I was like, oh, that's like, I imagine, I'm not that I'm a mom, but if I was a mom, I'm sure that I'd be really, really happy to hear that. So yeah, all right. Well, the student art competition has been running for over a decade now, and this year's display features the most winning submissions ever.
Very cool. All right, your time is 5:37. Coming up, federal laws may have been broken at a Washington construction site, and neighbors want an investigation. We'll tell you what they say they saw. That's coming up. And Josh is coming back with a look at your First Alert weather forecast. This is a live look from Ellensburg as you get your Wednesday morning started. And as you do, it's going to be a beautiful day, but Josh is going to be cranking up the heat a little bit as we move throughout the week. Find out just how warm we're getting in the days ahead after this.
Let's go, ball in.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built rough, tough, and ready. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR and select model trims.
We're here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you should pay what we pay.
Now get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Well now, look at Wednesday showing up with KFC's Country Fried Steak Meal, including all the fixings for just $5.99. Classic comfort just the way you like it. Country Fried Steak, $5.99. Wednesdays only at KFC.
My mind felt hazy and gray. I couldn't follow conversations. It was like I was in a fog. I was sleeping way too much. I was missing out on activities with my family. I felt underwater. Now I know it was depression. Recognizing my symptoms and finding support helped me manage it. Learn more about your symptoms at seehowifeel.org.
This is our new home.
Mission Control, engine locked. Call you after.
Why are dishes always getting water spots?
From Culligan.com, hard water. Mom!
Yeah. Hey, Culligan.
Heard you've got water problems. We got you covered.
Request your free in-home water test today.
This Nissan lineup goes where you take it. Trucks and SUVs built rough, tough, and ready. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Well-qualified buyers get 0% APR and select model trims.
Let's go, ball in.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our pattern is going to be dry with temperatures going up through Sunday, and then after that we shake things up a little bit more. Okay, here's your day planner forecast for this Wednesday for the Tri-Cities. Around 70 by lunchtime, pretty close to 75, if not a little bit warmer than that for the warmest part of the day. And so let's take you on that zone by zone tour of this Wednesday forecast. We start off up in the Cascades. We're going to be in the 60s, partly cloudy skies, mostly clear in the Kittitas Valley, 72 in Ellensburg. Those gusts only up around 20 miles per hour for today, so definitely nothing like what we had yesterday. Then for the Yakima Valley, some of us close to 80, 79 Sela, 78 Toppenish, 77 in Yakima. Then for the lower Columbia Basin, kind of the same thing. Some of us very close to 80. Benton City, Hanford, 78 for the Tri-Cities. Then for the Blue Foothills, we're looking at low to mid 70s. And finally for the Blue Mountains, we're looking at 50s and 60s, almost 70 degrees in Ukiah, that very far southern stretch of Umatilla County. Okay. High temperatures going up, up, and up through Saturday, Sunday. The warmest day technically going to be Saturday. At that point will be roughly 10 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year. But temperatures come crashing down into Memorial Day and Tuesday as we have a storm system that's going to pass. It will bring us some rain chances, but also it looks as if the vegetation will still be critically dry. Wind gusts coming back. That'll pose a fire concern that we'll talk about at length coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Tacoma neighbors say they tried to sound the alarm for weeks, but now it may be too late. They claim construction crews destroyed an active bald eagle nest at a development site. Reporter Brady Wakayama says this comes despite repeated warnings to city and state agencies.
We cannot put the eagles back in their nest. We cannot put the tree back up.
Neighbors near Charlotte's Blueberry Park in Tacoma say they warned agencies for weeks before trees were cut down near what they believe was an active bald eagle nest. Monday, they say crews cleared some trees at the site, and a helicopter circling overhead scared off the adult eagles.
Personally, I witnessed the eagles fly over my home after they had been flushed out of this property.
Andrea Hogue, chair of the South End Neighborhood Council, shared these photos taken by neighbors in recent weeks, showing what appear to be bald eagles near a townhome development site. The group says it contacted city, county, and state agencies multiple times, asking for the area to be reviewed before construction moved ahead. Under federal law, disturbing an active bald eagle nest during breeding season is illegal. Now neighbors are demanding an investigation and want work at the site stopped.
We don't know these people. We're supposed to trust that they would self-report something that would stop them from making money. This is showing how our system is flawed.
Well, I would say in my career of nearly 30 years, this site has undergone more intensive environmental review than any project I've developed.
The contractor tells King 5 they're following the rules.
We've done everything we can to make sure that we've complied with the law and that there's nothing that we're going to, impact negatively as it relates to, any protected species within the site.
Under the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act, disturbing an active nest can result in fines up to $100,000 and up to 1 year in prison. Your time is 5:44 here on your Wednesday. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And here's a live look out to beautiful Richland this morning. But things are changing a little bit as we head into Memorial Day. Find out why an alert day could be issued. Keep it here.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you could save big with up to $3,200 in utility and cool cash rebates available this spring. At Total Energy Management, we will ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. At my law firm, we have a team that knows big truck wrecks. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Call the heavy hitter. When I call the insurance companies, they listen. Hit by a big truck, I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
During the Beauty Rest Memorial Day sale at Mattress Depot USA, save up to $1,000 on select Beauty Rest black adjustable sets. With the ultimate motion separation, pressure relief, and temperature management, you'll step into a world-class sleep experience. Save up to $1,000 during the Beauty Rest Memorial Day sale at Mattress Depot USA.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
We all love the feeling of saving during a Memorial Day sale. Now, let's make that feeling last all month long. Discover the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback, completely redesigned and built for everything life throws your way. Right now at McCurley Subaru, we're making it easier than ever to upgrade with special financing as low as 2.49% APR for 60 months on the new 2026 Subaru Outback. Discover the all-new 2026 Subaru Outback today at McCurley Subaru, your way home.
If you know this feeling, you should know the facts. The eczema medication you're taking may not be right for you. Visit myrawtruth.com and talk to your dermatologist about your symptoms and treatment options.
Bath Planet brings life back to your bathroom with expert remodeling, custom designs, fast installation, and right now, save $1,000. Call for a free estimate today, 509-851-0669.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We do have some alert days possible for Sunday and for Memorial Day as the vegetation looks as if it's going to be critically dry. The wind gusts going to be anywhere between 20 to 35 miles per hour. So definitely not the strongest wind gusts we've seen, but certainly with this dry and warm stretch, the vegetation looks as if it'll be pretty crispy. So we'll take this one day at a time. First for Sunday, you see the gusts across the map between 20 to 30 miles per hour, but kind of the litmus test is whenever the lower Columbia Basin and start to see gusts upwards of 30, 35 miles per hour. And whenever you start to get vegetation that's critically dry, level 4 out of 5, which will be for Sunday, that's when vegetation fires start to pop up all over the map, traditionally at least. So in this environment, fires could start or spread quickly. Monday's a little bit more nuanced because the wind gusts are going to be stronger, but we will have some rain in the forecast. So first, the wind gusts, you see now upwards of 25 to 40 miles per hour across the map, but vegetation still going to be critically dry. At least that's what fuel models are saying for now. But with some rainfall in the forecast, hopefully that gets downgraded back to just very dry. But in the meantime, here's how to prevent wildfires. Follow those local fire restrictions, secure ignition sources, use equipment carefully. We've heard a lot of stories already in this very early fire season about chains dragging, sparking up fires, and report smoke very quickly. Okay, speaking of those rain chances for Memorial Day, hopefully those trend up, not because we don't want anyone's outdoor plans to be canceled. We just want the vegetation to get a little bit less dry. Now, the forecast is going to be dry through Sunday because of this area of high pressure, but that's going to start to break down as we head into next week. So we will reintroduce, for now, it just looks like some smaller rain chances, 10 to 20% Monday and Tuesday in the Yakima Valley, maybe even some thunderstorms by the time we get to Tuesday. Now, you can see day by day, hour by hour precip chances just like that for your exact home address location by downloading our weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. So here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities, dry, sunny, and warming up through Sunday. Then for Yakima, highs in the mid-80s by the weekend and dropping into the low 70s by Memorial Day and Tuesday. For Ellensburg, winds picking up Saturday through Monday, watching the fire potential especially close for Sunday and Monday. And then for Hermiston, dry and warming through Sunday, then a cooler pattern starting Memorial Day. Finally for Walla Walla, a lovely stretch of weather over the next 7 days, but a little more unsettled weather starting on Monday.
Now, the morning sprint.
Here are the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Fire officials are urging people to use extra caution as fire danger rises across the region. Benton, Franklin, Walla Walla, and lower Yakima counties are now in the moderate fire danger category. In the upper Yakima Valley and Kittitas County, fire danger has reached high.
Washington State is joining a multi-state lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Education over new limits on federal student loans. State officials say that the changes will hurt students and worsen workforce shortages, while the Education Department defends the policy as a way to control costs and reduce tuition and inflation.
A Walla Walla County judge is expected to hear arguments later this week on if Franklin County Sheriff Jim Raymond should be held in contempt. Raymond was court-ordered to turn over pieces of property to the county. He told us he'd go to jail before giving it up. Now, a Franklin County attorney is asking for the sheriff to be fined $1,000 a day if he doesn't follow the order. Raymond's attorneys are asking for a delay in the decision.
And today in Yakima, community members, local businesses, and industry professionals will be hosting a Yakima County meet and greet from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at the Greater Yakima Chamber of Commerce. People will have the opportunity to meet the candidates and learn about the issues facing Yakima County like housing, economic development, and new and current infrastructure.
The first results of the Oregon primary have been released. There are several issues impacting Umatilla and Morrow counties, and at least one school district race is only separated by, get this, 8 votes. To keep up with the latest results, head on over right now to AppleValleyNewsNow.com. In your national headlines this morning, evacuation orders and warnings continue as the Sandy fire spreads across Southern California. Take a look at this incredible video here. This as other parts of the country are still reeling from severe weather. Residents in parts of the central U.S. recovering from days of violent storms, including dozens of reported tornadoes. Parts of the Northeast dealing with extreme heat. The Senate advanced a measure aimed at limiting the president's war powers by requiring congressional approval for any future military action in Iran. The vote was 50 to 47 in favor of advancing the legislation. 4 Republicans joined nearly all of the Democrats in approving the measure. Several Republican senators, though, were absent for the vote, making it unlikely the measure will succeed on a final passage.
In your business headlines this morning, China is planning to purchase 200 Boeing aircrafts and join forces with the U.S. in an attempt to lessen tariffs. This deal would bring an end to a nearly decades-long virtual sales freeze between Boeing and China. Officials also say that the U.S. and China are working to extend a trade truce that's currently scheduled to expire in November. And smart glasses may be finally starting to hit a groove, and Samsung and Google want in. Samsung's still nameless eyewear will be powered by Google's Gemini AI and will partner with your phone. The glasses can offer shopping suggestions and give you real-time audio translations for text. It's expected to be launched in select markets this fall.
In health headlines now, the chief of the World Health Organization says he is deeply concerned about the scale and speed of the Ebola outbreak. Officials in the area warning of a rising death toll. They say the outbreak is especially risky in East Africa because of high population density, constant movement, and managing a virus in a conflict-affected area. Few sunscreens on store shelves are both safe and effective. That's according to an annual report by the Environmental Working Group. EWG's report found only 550, about 20%, deliver safe and effective protection. Most of those are mineral-based. EWG does not recommend sprays or powders due to inhalation risk and cautions marketing claims like waterproof are banned by the federal government.
All right, well, in your sports news this morning, the Super Bowl is headed to Music City in 2030. NFL owners unanimously approved Nashville as the host city for Super Bowl 64. The game will take place at the Tennessee Titans' new enclosed Nissan Stadium, which is set to open next year. It'll be the first time that Nashville has ever hosted a Super Bowl. The next 3 Super Bowls are set for Los Angeles, Atlanta, and Las Vegas. And let's take a look at the big play of the day. Nationals' James Wood hit an inside the park grand slam. And in case if you didn't know, that is something that is super rare. The Nationals were up against the Mets when Wood made the hit with bases loaded. And it was the 13th homer for the 23-year-old and his first grand slam and the second for the franchise.
And of course it was against the Mets.
Yep, you gotta love those Mets.
All right, well, what's trending? The sale of a Ford F-250 is being held up because of a robin's nest filled with baby birds.
Yeah, so workers at the Ford dealership in northeastern Kansas found a nest full of robin's eggs in the wheel well.
But here's the thing you may not know. Robin's nest and eggs are federally protected and they can't be moved since then. The eggs have, since then the eggs have hatched.
Yeah, and so now the truck has been sold, but the new owner can't take protection until the birds decide to leave the nest. So now it's just a waiting game.
The dealership says this isn't the first time they've had to deal with animals when it comes to their vehicles. Stray cats and even possum families have been found hiding in vehicles. I know here locally we had an instance of some cats in a vehicle that had to be saved by our rescue crews as well. And that was, just the other day. So
was it the one in Yakima with the kittens?
Yes,
yeah, I do remember seeing that.
So, but all 5 of those kittens were safe. They needed to enlist a little help to get them out, but oh my goodness.
Well, it's something a lot of us wear often. Some get to wear them every day, and on this day in history, it was officially invented.
Yeah, in 1873, Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis were awarded a patent for their new product, work pants with riveted pockets. The pair used denim to create what we now know as blue jeans.
And in 1890, the company began to sell pants from Lot 501, which is how the 501 jean got its name. The first belt loops were also added to Levi's jeans in 1922.
Well, you know how sometimes they have Casual Friday? I feel like today would be a good day to wear jeans, right? If not today, then when can you do it?
This might be the Canadian talking in you.
It's part of the Canadian tuxedo.
Yeah.
It's how we dress up, okay?
Yeah.
Head to toe. It's a statement piece anyway. Your time is approaching 5:58. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock, several counties in our region are raising the wildfire risks. What you need to be aware of if you plan to do any outside burning.
Plus, a family business that's entertained generations of Tri-Cities residents is in jeopardy. We'll show you how to get involved coming up. And Josh, what are we looking at for our next hour?
Well, maybe some blue jean weather out there, but beautiful, beautiful weather ahead of us through Sunday, but then the pattern flipping by Memorial Day. I'll tell you what that all entails coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.